What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Norris, and we back again for another banger, another reaction video, and we stand in the same place. Why change things when it works? We coming back to you again with another reaction video from you know who, Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew. They powered it up for us when they do their content, but Anton Daniels and the After Hours crew continues to talk about a topic that's very close to me: interracial dating. This is something that I think is going to continue to be more and more and more vital, more and more and more important as we continue to move through life because, hey, people starting to get diverse. People are starting to date outside their race. People are starting to not settle. They're starting to go where they're celebrated and not where they're tolerated. So if you made it this far in the video, make sure you hit that like button. It's free. It ain't going to harm nobody. If you don't like the video, hit the dislike video. Hit the dislike button. That's fine too. All interaction is good interaction. Make sure you leave a comment. And we're going to get started with this reaction video with Anton Daniels and the After Hour crew about interracial dating. Let's go.
Question a little bit, but first I gotta play this video and then we're gonna go from there. Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong. Hold on, I uploaded the wrong thing. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Carrie, what you listening to?
Muddy Waters. I told you I needed to play it.
All right,
This
let
was
me go ahead
in the day
and
where, I was, this is, there's a lot of marijuana involved and stuff sometimes. Go ahead.
let me play this video. And then we're gonna go.
Checker.
All right. Here we go.
This bothers more people than it should. I don't just date Black men, but when I share this with other people, they want to know why. Why would a white woman want to date a Black man so much? The same reason I would want to date any other race. I do think that there are certain traits and characteristics that Black men hold that attract me more and they're attracted to me and we just click and it's a thing. But overall, it just seems that I have a stronger connection and chemistry with Black men than other races. I'm at a point in my life where I want someone that I can grow old with, that I can have a future with. I really don't care what the race is. I'm not saying that this is their intentions because I don't know them. But usually when something like this is asked, there is no right answer. So often when a white woman shares that she prefers to date Black men, it is then a firing show against the white woman and against Black men. It's okay for you to not understand why a white woman would want to date a Black man. It's not yours to understand. And it's also okay to keep those thoughts in your head.
So here's my question. Here's my question, because a lot of this is really interesting to me. I think a lot of it is hypocritical, what the culture says versus what the culture does. But I'll get into that in a minute. Here's my question. Do white women prefer Black men more than Black women prefer Black men?
I mean, I'm not a Black man, so I can't tell you, but I wouldn't think that it would be more just because I think that people just kind of prefer what they're used to. They prefer what they grew up with. They prefer what looks like them. But, they say gingers are Black anyway.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. I don't know about that, though.
Yeah, because Isaiah Hardenstein is Black.
In y'all opinion, do you think that white women like Black men more than Black women like Black men?
No.
No.
Why? Why do y'all think that?
Because most people in their race like their own damn race.
No, I think most people in their race date based off of.
You know what I think is so funny? This is why I love After Hours. Every time Anton asks a question, regardless what you say, he's gonna say nah. And he's gonna give you his answer and his perspective. And the panel was kind of just okay, it is what it is. But it's just funny to me that how Anton does that all the time.
Proximity more than outside of their race.
I think
I don't necessarily think that means or it translates into them liking them more.
I think the unattractive or the not desired white women tend to go black before somebody like a Marilyn Monroe or something.
So let me stop it right there. This is a narrative that I am definitely, and this is what white women should be talking about. Y'all keep talking about this other stuff, but y'all white women should feel a certain type of way that black women keep thinking that black men who date white women only date the unattractive ones. That is crazy. That is crazy. Because if you go look at Julius Randle's wife, Derrick Rose's wife, Shay's wife, Patrick Beverly's wife, it's some black guys out here with some bad white women. Every black man is not going to pick the overweight white woman or the white woman that lives in a trailer park or the what. And then you got to also remember something that we don't talk about when we talk about this topic is most white men do not prefer thick women. So a white woman who is thick or has a body figure that might be more associated with a black woman, it's a very high possibility that she might be looked over even by her own culture, by her own race. Because white men are normally used to like the women who look like Molly, and we all know Molly's married to a white man. But they look for the petite type women. You got Mika. We don't know who she's married to, but who knows? But Mika's very short in stature and petite. That's what white men go for. They go for the model look. Like even when we keep hearing this cliche that they stole the way we look, they want to look like us. Yeah, but a lot of those women aren't even desired by their own kind because white men are looking for a certain look. Of course, a Marilyn Monroe wouldn't get picked up by a black man because that's really what white men prefer. That narrative that black men only date white women who are unattractive is so incorrect. Especially I can speak for myself. So it's just very, very incorrect. Very, very incorrect. And what's the difference between a black man dating an overweight white woman and a black man dating an overweight black woman? Because if I'm not mistaken by statistics, black people lead in the world of obesity. But hey, what do I know?
I usually see that because a lot of black men do like white women. So usually if they can't get the white man they desire, I see them going black.
I see. When I said that, they tried to act like I was crazy.
Because it's not accurate.
No, I'm this area right here will prove it. It happens all the time.
And me could be playing, man. Y'all, I lived in DC for 4.5 years. I lived in DC, then I lived in a very, very white neighborhood called Alexandria, Virginia. Old town. Very attractive white women live there. Very wealthy white women live there. This narrative that people keep pushing out just because what you see in DC, in downtown DC, the hood, is like this is crazy, man.
I have best female friends that are both black and best female friends that are both white. The main difference I can say between my black female friends is that most of them only almost exclusively like black men, my black friends. My white friends, they'll date any race of man. They kind of be open to whatever. They don't really have a preference. So it's not like they'll date a black man, they'll date a white man, they'll date like a Chaldean, they'll date a Hispanic. So
And I think Molly gave the most realistic take of the whole panel. White women are just more open because white women are seeking happiness. And a lot of things that people don't talk about is there's a lot of white women will take a black man where he currently stands, even if he's not where he wants to be, they will help and build that person where they want to be. And for y'all who was in the comments talking about Dr. Umar, he even stated that in one of his own videos, that the reason why white women are starting to take the black man is because the white woman is willing to take the black man when he has nothing and help him build to something. So this is very accurate. But like Molly said, I think it's just that white people are more open to seeing what's out there because they're seeking happiness. And then when it comes to black women, they're more concerned about what people think, what culture thinks, how they're going to be perceived in their friend groups. With that being said, also there's not a lot of positive black couples being fed to us through social media. And you're gonna be like, why does that matter? Because 90% of us now, we don't even live, we don't watch TV really. And when we watch TV, we're watching crappy TV, right? You're watching Love and Hip Hop, no positive black couples. You're watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, no positive black couples. You're watching all these things. You're watching stuff like Love Island and all these shows that are pushing out more sexual content and unsuccessful relationships more than anything. And it's very unique to me that this is what that we don't understand that what's being pushed to you is what you see, and those are the things that are going to catch your attention. With that being said, there's a lot of black men who date black women. Even myself, even though I date outside my race now, I married a black woman initially, so I understand dating black women. With that being said, you go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. People don't like that cliche response, but it's very true. People want to be loved. That's what love means. And nobody wants to deal with a lot of the headaches and all that stuff. And then also, like the young lady said in the video, it doesn't matter how you answer this question, one gender or one race is going to always feel that you're bashing the other. So there's no right answer that you can give that's going to make people feel comfortable. I think Molly answers is the probably the best answer you'll hear is just understanding that people love who they love. And then also being in the military, I seen nothing but melting pots, like interracial relationships, interracial marriages. When you get yourself in different proximities, things become more normalized. You don't get so sheltered in what you see in your neighborhoods.
I think black women have way more of a preference.
That's a fair assessment. Slimmy, Q Diddy, Kim, Carrie, thoughts?
I think the whole world loves black men. The whole fucking world. But then when you get back to little old America, it's just some black women that just don't really, they just fed up with black men, I guess, for some reason. So everybody else seems like they like us more. I don't like that narrative, but that's just what.
Sorry about that. That was my dad, y'all. He's in town. So, but with that being said, like Slimmy said, it's very true. I didn't travel the world. We go to anywhere: Thailand, Philippines, Korea, Germany, Italy. Like we go anywhere, man. They treat us like we're athletes, like just normal day-to-day 9 to 5 working guys are like athletes to them over there. They love us. Some women are there to work, and some women come over to get their citizenship. So you just got to be a smart man when you're doing these things. But with that being said, we are very loved all over the world, and that's why you see the passport bros, which they followed white men, but we don't talk about that as often. Anton does talk about that, but with that being said, we got to understand that people go where they're celebrated, not where they're tolerated.
That's just what it is right now. Hopefully we can mend this shit up, and I don't see how, but it's just hope. But yeah, I mean, white women, they might in America, they might tend to show more love. I think it's also because of narratives, because they want to be able to go after the highest earning black men there are, so they can go after athletes. I'm not sure if it's genuine.
And that's one of the things that I definitely don't agree with. You take somebody like Patrick Mahomes, who's been dating his girlfriend since high school. You take a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander out of OKC, been dating his girlfriend since high school. Julius Randle's been with his girl since he even started in the league. This is the narrative that you guys are pushing. A lot of these people built their empire with this white person. And what's the problem with that? Because we praise those people on Sundays when they're playing and throwing the football. We celebrate them Monday through Friday when they on the court hooping. So it's very unique to me that we continue this narrative that is not true. I think it's like 50-50. I think there are some women out there who use men, but that's both races. White women use black men and black women use black men. I mean, we just talked about the topic earlier. They talked about it earlier, the Chloe and DDG. Like, I mean, just think about, look at the narrative of what you see. Nobody wants to deal with that. Do you want to deal with an Offset and Cardi B situation with Stephon? Like, think about what we have to see every day. And then you want people to continue to sit in there and wait until, like my boy Plus, that you gotta stay in there. You want somebody who body slammed in the game. No, I don't want stress. I'm at a point in my life now where I'm financially stable, I'm mentally stable, I'm physically stable. Like, I want peace and happiness. I'm not going out here trying to do a fight. We should not be in the ring fighting 12 rounds every day just to prove that I love Black people. That doesn't make sense to me. So again, I'm going to link this down in the description. Make sure you guys go follow Anton Daniels if you haven't. The After Hour family is always doing their thing. But, man, it's very unique, man. This is a continued topic on Anton Daniels' show. This is the second night in a row that he did something about interracial dating. So I think it's becoming a trend that's probably going to keep going, but we'll see. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's free. So talk to y'all soon. Let's go. What's good, my Souls of Thought family? It's your boy Norris, and I want to tell you before you leave this video today, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't already, make sure you leave a comment, hit the like button, share this content, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And as I leave every video, God loves you, which is most importantly. I love you. You're beautiful, and your boy's out. Let go.
Yeah.